Good morning, Panthers, and to anyone else watching. I'm Camden,
And my name is Justin.
and
And
this
this is
is
Tech
Tech
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Today, I'm going to talk about BlackBerry. You know, the phones with keyboards on them. It's one of the most interesting features on a smartphone that could be on a smartphone. It's like a mix between a flip phone. It's weird. Yeah, that's they're well known for that. Um, they also came with BlackBerry OS, which was not. It was neither Android or iOS. It was kind of their own thing, and the idea was that it was more secure, and that's pretty much it. It was just really secure. You can still surprisingly use these today as long as they're on 4G networks. They don't. They're not on 5G because that's pretty new. Um, an interesting thing about BlackBerry OS is it came with a Android emulation layer, which is kind of interesting. So you could run games and apps on this thing. Not natively though, but yeah, still worked. It's got some pretty standard stuff. Bluetooth 4.0, the whole thing. It's got cameras. It's just it's a pretty standard phone aside from that. So yeah. How about we move on to games now?
Today we have some more games we enjoy and want to talk about. First is, I'll
Tetris
let you go
Effect. Yeah,
first.
Tetris Effect
Ooh, Tetris Effect.
came out a while ago, but it's pretty great. I mean, just Tetris. Tetris is pretty great.
I've
It's
I've never heard of Tetris Effect, but I've heard of Tetris. But yeah.
Tetris Effect is like it's the VR one. It's
Oh.
like it's really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
hmm It's really interesting watching like Tetris masters play Tetris. If you have ever done that, it's like insane. Aside from VR though, I think Animal Crossing is definitely got to be one of my favorite games of all
Mm.
time.
Animal Crossing's a really good game. What is it? The new one is really nice, which has some really nice replay value.
Yeah, Horizons
It's
on the
very.
Switch.
Mhm. Yeah.
New Leaf is really good though.
New Leaf was really
I
nice.
spent hours on New Leaf, and then
Wasn't that for the 3DS?
yeah,
That is right. Back in like what 2017?
bit before that, yeah, and on the Animal Crossing on the GameCube too,
Oh, I forgot about that
2001.
too. It's really nice.
That one's interesting. When you go all the way up to the maximum date, it just resets. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
um, I think a game I haven't played in a while was Flight Simulator.
Ooh, Flight Simulator is one of those games that like is really nice to weirdly go see your own house. Surprisingly, but I've done it many times because I was bored and really wanted to see why.
Crash into your own house in
see,
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
see if it was legitimate. Those memes were really real. That because I was that bored, but really it was a mixture of boredom and well, cool to see the neighborhood I live around
Yeah,
without really having to go outside. Unfortunately, it sounds bad. It really does sound bad. I really should get outside more.
I think it's interesting what Flight Simulator has become because
Oh,
it
definitely.
started off like a really long time ago on like I think the first one was on DOS. It was like very basic.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it's evolved into like what it is now. It kind of came back and it's really cool to see.
Basically on everything now.
Yeah, you've got so detailed.
So detailed, yeah. That will definitely say on console it is very hard to fly a plane. Definitely. Uh, uh, I want to move on to my games now, which I want to talk about the new Modern Warfare 2 campaign with its controversial topic of crafting items. It seems really basic, but really weird. There's some new aspects of it seems really easy to new people that haven't really had a time to jump into new Modern Warfare campaigns or Call of Duty campaigns. because it's really user friendly, except for like one mission in total. But that's about it.
Crafting items.
Yeah, it is legit. You can craft lockpicks and whatnot. It is so weird.
Minecraft.
I mean, that was really compared when it first came out. Everybody
Modern
compared-
Warfare craft.
That's bad. That's really bad. Other than that, everybody's seeing to talk about the Call of Duty killer called X Defiant with its basically old style of playing Call of Duty
Mm-hmm.
with its no skill based matchmaking, and other than that, it seems to be really fun. And of course, they still have to find out the netcode because people can shoot people through walls,
Oh yeah,
like around walls.
that's a problem.
Yeah, that is a big problem. And other than that, they seem to be really helpful with the community and really like it. Other than that, I want to talk about Redfall. Redfall is one of those games that hasn't come out yet for Xbox. I don't know if it's come out for the PlayStation yet. But it's basically just a battle royale of vampires and whatnot. It seems really weird. It looks really weird, but it seems really fun.
It looks interesting.
It really does
For
look
sure.
interesting. The fact of a bunch of vampires, and we don't really see much vampire games
Mhm.
anymore. And lastly, if I did talk about this later, you can probably just skip over the video. But Scorn. Scorn's one of those games that is intensely gruesome, but it's also really nice because it's a bunch of puzzles. But once you basically get over the gore, it's really nice. It as much as it is bad, it's basically compared to Doom in a way, and in the sense of it is very gruesome. Sadly,
Yeah, there's a lot
I
of
should
gore.
really be talking about this, but yeah, that's sad. And lastly, I think, sorry about that, but I think that's about it for games. Now time to move on to tech history.
Hey, welcome back to Tech History. Today, we're going to talk about routers. Routers are networking devices that are primarily used for performing tasks such as forwarding data packets to other computer networks. Usually data is sent through a network. This could usually be a web page or an email. The data contains data packets, and a packet is a formatted unit of data that consists of the data and the control information. These packets will travel from one router to another until it reaches its destination point. Each router has a way to communicate with one another. If one router decides to kill your packet or change its destination, then what will happen is your computer or router will resend it and keep resending it, finding different routes through other people's routers until it reaches its destination. For example, if I wanted to send a picture of me or from me to my friends that live in the Philippines, the computer would take my photo and create many different smaller packets in which will all be sent out everywhere until they reach my friend's router. However, the packets can't be sent an infinite distance, so they'll be addressed with my friend's destination and they are sent out to other routers. Those routers will in turn help me get the packets to my friend by helping transport them. Once the packets reach the destination, the router will then reformat it like a puzzle piece to show the photo. Hard to understand, right? Well, the best way to explain it is like you're taking the bus, and you have to get off one bus to get on another bus, or a plane that has multiple different flights to help you get from one point to another. There are many more other things to address about packets, but for the sake of me not rambling for 30 minutes about how deep this goes, I'll end it here. Feel free to go down that rabbit hole in your own time. That's all for history. Have a good one.
We are back. I feel as if we're done here today. Right, guys?
Yeah.
All right, that's all for
Tech. See you next Tuesday.